Welcome back to this lesson. So far, I want us to use all the knowledge that we've done. That is the knowledge of tables, and macros, and the forms to create a login form that allows the user to enter password and a username. Then they log in and they are directed to the main form. So what I've done here is I've designed a simple table and I've called this table users here. It has an ID which is an auto number just for serial purposes. It has a username and a password. Now the username is a primary key because the username is unique. We don't want people to have the same username. Okay, now with this datasheet view, I've entered one user with the username there and the password there. Now this one, it's not allowed. We are supposed to hide this password so that nobody can see it. So back to design view and on the password here. Perfect. Then if you come to the input mask here, that is you're on the password field here. You come to the input mask here. At the end here, you get these three dots. Click on them and you'll get this option here. Now what we want is the password. So select this option here, which will transform everything to a steric or star. Next and finish. So save that. Now in datasheet view, you can see our password now is a star form. Now you're okay with that, so save that and close it. Now let's create a form, a simple login form. So a form design here. So first of all, I'll pick a label here and throw in the label here. What I'll do is I'll call this login, just login form. Just a format this very fast, bold, change the color, center, and increase this something. Okay, that looks okay, perfect. Then I'll come back to design here and pick a text box here and draw my text box here. Perfect. So the first one here is for username. Perfect. Then I'll come to this text box here and I'll come here to the text here and name it to username. Perfect. Then draw the last text box. There we are. This one we rename it to, the label is password, and on this text box here, instead of text3, change it also to password. Perfect. Now a bit of formatting, just format these, make them a bit bolder, and you can change the color, and that's what we have. So we have our password and we have our username fields there. Now what we'll do is we'll get a button here, get this button, and press the button here. Now this button, what you're going to do is double click here and call it login. Perfect. Now this form is okay, so just reduce everything else that way. So now just save this as a login. Okay, and view how it looks like. So this is our form looks like. So go back to design view and on the form here, just make it to pop up and make it to the model. Perfect. Now save the changes and home, view your form. We have this nice form. Perfect. Now let us work on the macros for this form. So design view, right click on this and come back to build event here. Now on build event here, what we need is the macro builder as usual. There we are. So what we need here, we will use something we call an if statement. So we'll come on this section here and select this if and drag it here. Perfect. So the first thing we'll do here is we will do a check of our table to see if our table contains some the details that we need. So to do that, we use something we call dcount. So if you type dcount, it will come. So dcount there. Then inside the dcount, we start by counting the username first. Remember our table, the username column is typed as username. We are checking the username. So close the double quotes, comma, then from, so double quotes from our table, which is users there, then close double quotes, then comma, then double quotes, then where our username is equal to the text that we enter, or the field, the field username. Perfect. Close the square bracket and close the double quote. So we've confirmed, or we have counted, we are checking if the username is there. But now we also need to check the password. So you do and then again you repeat the same process, but now you are doing and password, yeah, and password is equals to square bracket password, for the password field. Then close the square bracket, close the double quotes, and close the bracket at the end. Remember, there is a bracket open here, so you have to close it here. And what we need to confirm here is if it is greater than 0, which means if there is something on the database. So greater than 0. Now that one is okay. So this one will check if there is a user in your database. And since there is one user, we can do that by confirming here. Let us do a simple message box here and say here user available. So we want to confirm if the user is there. Save this one, close. Come to your form here, design view, and enter the user here. Who is that? And confirm. So it's telling you that the user is available. So if there was no user, it will not give us this. So okay. So go back and we continue. Design view. Let's go to this button and continue building. Okay, we don't need this message box, so I will eliminate it. And what I'll do is I'll pick another if function and throw it in here now. So just below this. Now what you're going to do here is we are going to do an if function that will look for our username and our password. So what we do here is now we use something we call do lookup. Do lookup. Now everything else is the same, almost the same. So what you're going to do is do lookup, and we are looking for our username. So do lookup username. We are looking for our username, and we are looking for this username from our table called users. Perfect. And this username must be equal to square bracket our username there. Then close the square bracket and close the double quote, and then close the square at the end. And the result that we get here is supposed to be equal to our value that we enter in the field, the value that we enter from the form username. So simply we are looking up for username, and we are searching for the username in the table called users, and the username is supposed to be equal to the field username which we enter in our form, which is username here. Perfect. Now we need to do the same for our password. We need to confirm the password. So we'll come again here and pick again our if and throw it here. Now we do the same for the password. So simply do lookup, and what we are doing here is our password. Sorry, password from. We are looking for a password from the table users, and this password. So this password must be equal to password, and it should be equal to the password that is entered in the password field, that way. So if all these are correct, we should open our form. So open form, and the form we want here is the main form. Perfect. Else, we add an else here. So if it is not correct, else throw in a message box that says incorrect username and correct username and password, and the type here is just 1 to 1, and the title of the message box is just a warning. Perfect. So save this, close it, and let us test it. So there is our form. So the first thing is we enter the username here without the password. Login gives this error because there is no password here. Enter a wrong password. Login, you get the wrong message here. Now, if you enter the right password here, login, it gives you the main form. So that's how we do a login form. Before we finish, let us format this. So design view, in this box here is supposed to be a password. So if we scroll down here, we're supposed to hide the fields. Let's press for input mask here, and what we want here again is a password. Next and finish. Perfect. So now that one is a password. So log in here, save and view. Now if we enter the username and the password, you can see the password is encrypted, and when you are login, it works very well. Now let us confirm, or let us convert this form to be our main form, so that when the user opens the database, this is the first thing that they see. So go to file, options, current database here, and change the display here to login form, the display form. Then again, let's come back down here and hide this navigation pane. That will hide all these elements here. So okay, and it will tell us that we need to close our database for the changes. So okay, come to file, close it. Perfect. Now if we open the database, which is this is what we are greeted with. So our login form. So if you don't have the password, you cannot use it. But if we do the right password here and do a login, we get our main form here, and now we can interact with our database. So hope you've enjoyed. That marks the end of this series of Microsoft Access tutorial. So thank you for watching, and hope this will help you out.